Hello everyone, welcome to watch my presentation. My name is William Tang from Hong Kong Metropolitan University. Today I want to talk about something that I believe is one of the most pressing challenges we face in teacher education right now, and that is the question of AI literacy. The title of my presentation is Preparing Future Educators for the AI Era, Identifying AI Literacy Needs Among Pre-Service Teachers. Now, you might wonder why I chose the word identifying. Because before we can prepare anyone, we first need to understand what they already know, what they do not know, and where the real gaps lie. That is exactly what this study sets out to do. In this presentation, I will walk you through the motivation for this study, the research context and methodology, what we found, and finally, what these findings mean for the way we design teacher education curricula going forward. To begin with, the motivation behind this study stems from the rapid integration of AI technologies in education and the urgent need to equip future educators with the necessary competencies to navigate this evolving landscape. Let me begin by asking a question that I think many of us have been thinking about. Why does AI literacy matter, and why does it matter now? If we look at the road on this slide, it tells a story of evolution. Education has traveled from the era of traditional education, where the textbook and the blackboard reigned, to digital learning, where technology began entering the classroom through computers, tablets, and online platforms. And now, we have arrived at a third stage, the generative AI era. This is not a gradual transition. Generative AI has entered education with remarkable speed. In just the past 2 to 3 years, tools powered by large language models have become deeply embedded in educational practice, used for lesson planning, assessment design, student feedback, and content generation. Whether we intended it or not, AI is already in our classrooms, and this has profound implications for teacher training. Future teachers, the students sitting in our university lecture halls today, will increasingly be expected not just to tolerate AI, but to use it responsibly, critically, and effectively. The competency expectations are shifting. This is why I want to argue that AI literacy is no longer an optional digital skill. It is becoming an essential professional competency, as fundamental to teaching practice as lesson planning or classroom management. If we are serious about preparing teachers for the world they will actually work in, then we cannot afford to leave AI literacy to chance or self-directed exploration. Let me walk you through the 3 main challenges outlined in this slide. First, AI technologies evolve at a breakneck speed, much faster than university curricula can adapt. Curriculum development is a slow, methodical process involving committee approvals, program reviews, and accreditation requirements. By the time an AI-related course is approved and ready to be taught, the very tools it was designed around may already be outdated. Essentially, we're trying to hit a moving target. The second challenge is what I call the informal use gap. Many pre-service teachers already use AI informally, drafting assignments with GPT, polishing their writing with Grammarly, creating presentations using Canva's AI features. However, this usage is largely informal, self-taught, and unsystematic. It's driven more by convenience than by a thorough pedagogical understanding. There's a world of difference between simply using AI tools and becoming an informed critical practitioner of AI in education. This gap needs urgent attention. The third and perhaps most vital challenge for researchers here is the lack of comprehensive needs analysis prior to curriculum design. Numerous studies propose frameworks or evaluate interventions, but far fewer rigorously map out existing knowledge among pre-service teachers. What do they already know? What gaps are critical? What should be prioritized? Without this baseline understanding, designing any curriculum is essentially guesswork. This study aims to directly address that very gap, providing a foundation for more effective curriculum development in AI literacy for educators. In summary, the rapid evolution of AI, the informal and unsystematic use among pre-service teachers, and the insufficient needs analysis in current research create significant barriers. Overcoming these challenges requires coordinated efforts to align curriculum development timelines with AI advancements. It also necessitates embedding critical AI pedagogical skills into teacher education programs, not just casual use. Finally, grounding curriculum design in rigorous needs analysis ensures relevancy and efficacy. Only then can we prepare educators effectively for the AI-driven future in classrooms. Let me now give you the research context, the who, where, and how of this study. The central research question is, what AI literacy competencies do pre-service teachers already possess, and where are the major gaps? Fundamentally, this is a needs analysis study. We are not evaluating an intervention, nor are we testing an app. Instead, we aim to take a clear-eyed look at the starting point, because designing a good curriculum requires knowing where your students are beginning from. The study was conducted in Hong Kong universities, involving pre-service teachers from two programs, Early Childhood Education and Chinese Language Education. We worked with approximately 130 pre-service teachers in total. Our primary data collection method was a self-reported online questionnaire that measured 3 dimensions: AI usage habits, confidence levels across different AI literacy domains, and perceived preparedness for AI integration in teaching. It is important to be transparent about what self-report data can and cannot tell us. It reflects how participants perceive their own competency, which is valuable for curriculum design. A student who lacks confidence in a domain will likely need different support than one who is overconfident. Importantly, the questionnaire was administered before any formal AI training took place. This is pre-test data. We wanted to capture the natural baseline, not a post-intervention snapshot. To elaborate further, by understanding the existing AI literacy competencies among pre-service teachers, we can better tailor educational strategies to meet their specific needs. This approach ensures that curriculum developments are grounded in reality, rather than assumptions. This variation enriches our understanding and highlights unique challenges faced by different teaching disciplines. Additionally, utilizing a self-reported questionnaire, despite its limitations, provides essential insights into the participants' self-awareness and perceived readiness. These perceptions are critical for designing interventions that address both skill gaps and confidence issues. Before I share the findings, I want to take a moment to explain the structure of the questionnaire itself, because the way we defined and operationalized AI literacy directly shapes how we interpret the results. The questionnaire was built around 4 core domains of AI literacy, and I want to briefly explain each one. The first domain is AI concepts, measured by 3 items. This covers foundational knowledge, understanding what machine learning is, how large language models like GPT work, and the basics of natural language processing. This is the conceptual layer, the why behind the what. The second domain is AI educational applications, measured by 5 items. This goes beyond general AI knowledge and asks, do teachers understand how AI is applied specifically in educational contexts? We are talking about adaptive learning systems, intelligent tutoring systems, and AI-driven assessment tools. This is critical because it bridges general AI literacy and pedagogical competence. The third domain, and the largest, is AI tools and prompt engineering, measured by 15 items. This covers the practical dimension, the ability to use specific tools like Canva, Grammarly, Gamma, and Magic School, as well as the ability to write effective prompts, what we call prompt engineering. The high number of items here reflects the breadth and diversity of the AI tools landscape that teachers are expected to navigate. The fourth domain is ethics awareness and evaluation, measured by 7 items. This covers issues of bias, privacy, fairness, and the critical evaluation of AI-generated outputs. This is arguably the most important domain from a professional responsibility standpoint, and as we will see in a moment, it is also one of the areas where we observe the most significant gaps. Together, these 4 domains give us a comprehensive picture of what AI literacy looks like in an educational context. And now we come to the heart of the study, the key findings. The results can be summarized in 2 broad columns: higher familiarity areas on the left and lower familiarity or development needs on the right. Starting with what pre-service teachers already know well, participants showed relatively stronger familiarity with general AI concepts. They could articulate what machine learning is, they had heard of large language models, and they understood the basics of how AI processes language. This is probably not surprising given the widespread media coverage of AI in recent years. They also demonstrated familiarity with popular AI tools, particularly tools like Canva and Grammarly, that have become part of everyday student life. These tools have intuitive interfaces and are widely adopted beyond educational contexts, which explains their higher familiarity. Additionally, participants showed some basic prompt writing skills understanding, at a surface level, that you can give instructions to AI and refine those instructions to get better outputs. Now, turning to where the gaps are, the picture changes significantly when we look at educational AI systems. The kinds of AI designed specifically for pedagogical purposes, such as adaptive learning platforms, intelligent tutoring systems, and AI-driven formative assessment tools. Familiarity in these areas was markedly lower. Similarly, AI-supported assessment understanding how AI can assist in designing, marking, and providing feedback on assessments was an area where participants lacked confidence. Specialized AI tools for education tools, like Magic School, SciSpace, or Consensus, were largely unfamiliar to participants, even though these are precisely the tools they are most likely to encounter in professional practice. Most strikingly, ethical and pedagogical AI competencies understanding bias, protecting student privacy, evaluating AI outputs critically, and thinking about the pedagogical consequences of AI use showed the lowest levels of familiarity overall. The bottom line takeaway is clear. Pre-service teachers appear ready to use AI tools, but they are not yet adequately prepared to teach with AI. This distinction has direct implications for how we design their training, emphasizing the need for more comprehensive educational approaches to AI integration. So, given these findings, what kind of framework can help us move forward? Based on the needs analysis data, I want to propose a 4-domain AI literacy framework for pre-service teacher education. You can see these 4 domains arranged around the central target on the slide. The first domain is conceptual understanding, understanding what AI technologies are, how they work, and what their limitations are. This is the foundation. The second domain is practical application, the ability to use AI tools effectively, efficiently, and purposefully. This is about hands-on competence, not just knowing that a tool exists, but knowing how to use it well in a teaching context. The third domain is ethical awareness, the capacity for responsible and critical AI use. This means understanding questions of bias, fairness, transparency, and privacy. It means being able to evaluate AI-generated content rather than simply accepting it. The fourth domain is pedagogical integration, the ability to apply AI meaningfully in teaching. This is the most sophisticated domain. It requires teachers to move beyond being consumers of AI tools and become designers of AI-enhanced learning experiences. Critically, the key message of this framework is that these 4 domains are complementary. They should be developed together, not in isolation. A curriculum that focuses only on practical tools without building ethical awareness will produce teachers who are skilled users but not reflective practitioners. A curriculum that focuses only on conceptual understanding without practical application will leave teachers unable to act. AI literacy requires all 4 working in integration. Let me now translate these framework domains into concrete curriculum implications. I want to distinguish between 2 levels of response, short-term and long-term. In the short term, the most immediately feasible approach is course-level integration. This means embedding AI literacy content into existing courses rather than waiting for an entirely new program to be designed and approved. Concretely, this might look like introducing AI prompting skills as a component within an existing technology and education course. Teaching AI lesson planning, that is, how to use AI as a design partner for lesson development, including AI evaluation or how to critically assess AI-generated content within media literacy or assessment modules, and weaving ethics discussions into any course that touches on professional conduct or educational technology. These are changes that motivated educators can implement relatively quickly without waiting for institutional-level program restructuring. In the long term, a full program redesign that systematically builds AI literacy across all 4 years of a teacher education program. The diagram on this slide illustrates a possible progression. Year 1 focuses on AI foundations, building conceptual understanding of how AI works. Year 2 emphasizes AI tools, developing practical competence with a range of educational AI platforms. Year 3 covers AI pedagogy, learning how to design and evaluate AI-integrated learning experiences. Finally, Year 4 centers on the teaching practicum, applying AI literacy in real classrooms under supervision. This kind of scaffolded progression ensures that by the time a student graduates, they have developed AI literacy and genuinely integrated professional competency. I want to emphasize that neither approach short-term or long-term is mutually exclusive. We can and should pursue both simultaneously. The short-term interventions buy us time and generate evidence. The long-term redesign provides the systemic solution. Finally, I would like to say a very thank you to everyone. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your engagement with this topic today. This work is a work-in-progress project. The data I have shared today is the foundation of a larger longitudinal study, and I am genuinely interested in your thoughts, your critiques, and your questions. If any of you are working on related questions, whether about AI literacy frameworks, teacher education curriculum design, or assessment instruments for AI competencies, I would very much welcome the chance to connect and exchange ideas. You can contact me through email, LinkedIn, and ResearchGate. Please feel free to pause the video and scan the QR code. I am happy to share and collaborate with you. Thank you so much.